questions before we kick off this combat?
All right. So again, we shut down the last turret, and we're about to go in, or we're about to leave this area, right?
You definitely didn't shut down a turret. I don't know if you're going to leave the area.
Okay. Question. So these turrets, are they like mounted on the ground, or are they on the ceiling? Like how exact? So I forced them forward.
Yeah, they're mounted on the ground. Yeah.
Oh, right. And the door is between them?
Yes, it is.
These things have like free mobility all the way around, like they can do 360, or are they going to be impeded by the the wall, because the barrel sticks out past the square that of their support pad or whatever?
They'll be able to aim at you wherever you go in this room.
Okay, so how far away is the door? Like what kind of, like how far away is the door from the turrets?
I don't know if I gave you that information before, but it's going to be like short range between either turret and the door.
Okay, now is there like a data pad or an entry jack by the door to access it, to open the door?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and is how deep is the door frame?
It's not very deep. It's negligible.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
so
duck in there to hide, if that's what you're getting at.
Right. So this isn't like an indoor base doorway. It's more of a standard doorway.
Kind of standard, but sliding nonetheless. It's not like a bunker kind of door or anything.
All right. Did we roll our Force and Destiny yet?
We have not.
No. So we'll get that Star Wars Force and Destiny.
Force and Destiny.
Grix rolled 1 light side.
Laird rolled 1 dark side.
Berkin rolled 2 dark side.
KO rolled 1 light side.
And I rolled 1 dark side. Okay, so we have 2 light side points and 4 dark side. So that bodes well for you all. Grix, if you want, you can take that free shot before we kick off the combat here.
Hell yeah! What do I got to do for that? I'm going to shoot with my my ion blaster.
Yes.
Okay, so we're in a corridor with these turrets. You said that there's a door between us. Is that correct? Or
correct. There is the hallway that you came in through, and then into this room, and then it's like a square-shaped chamber. There are turrets on the other end. Situated in between those turrets is a door that would lead to Cygnus based on the schematics of this building that you guys had pulled up previously.
Gotcha. Yeah, I shoot the turret. Okay. I do 10 damage and I have short range. Okay,
perfect. So to shoot, yeah. So your weapon has a range of short. So that means you can shoot it within short range without taking additional difficulty, I believe it is. So the range difficulty for short is 1. So you'll add 1 purple die to your dice pool. So you'll use is this a ranged light weapon or a ranged heavy weapon?
This is I believe it's a light weapon. Yeah, ranged light.
Okay, so you will use your ranged light skill and you will add 1 purple die into that pool, plus any other modifiers that you might have. So weapons have qualities. You have the weapon qualities written out there for it?
Yeah, it says disorientate 5 and ion.
Okay.
Disorient 5.
So I'm just going to look up really quick.
Okay, so I've added my 2 dice from my ranged light skill and my purple die to that.
So what's your ranged light attack? Sorry.
My ranged light attack is 2 yellow die.
Okay, so you have 2 ranks
rank or anything? Gosh, hang on a second. I wasn't prepared for that quite yet. Let's see. Okay. Ranged light. I have 2 ranks in that. Absolutely.
And what's your agility?
My agility is 2.
2, yeah. So that's going to be 2 yellow. So 2 yellow, 1 purple.
Roll away?
Yeah.
Oh, 3 success.
3 success. So
pew, pew.
That's awesome. So your weapon does how much damage?
10.
10 damage. So it will do a base of 10 damage plus 1 for every success that you have.
Right.
So that'll be a total of 13 damage. So how we apply damage, because this will affect you later, is you deal 13 points of damage, but you apply soak onto that. So this turret has a soak of 3, so it reduces the damage by 3. So the turret will end up taking 10 wounds. You count upwards in this game. So it starts at 0 and you count upwards to 10. And then your threshold in this turret's case, I won't tell you this in the future, but in this case, his wound threshold is 12. So once he reaches 12, he will be destroyed. In the case of Cygnus, he would go unconscious and start bleeding out.
Gotcha.
And if he's left in that condition, it's presumed he would die. However, there are I may spend destiny points to keep important nemesis alive in those situations if I wish. But yeah, that's the basic attack right there.
Okay, I'll try to do my best to remember that. I think I got it.
Now, if you have defense, if you have any melee or ranged defense, and there is an attack coming in against you, you must tell me about the defense before I make the roll, because what it does is it adds setback die to every attack.
Okay, where do I find my defense? Is that in my like armor and stuff? Okay, I see it. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your free shot. And now we'll get cool checks from everyone to determine the initiative order.
KO rolls 2 successes for cool.
Lurd rolls 1 success. You'd think Lurd would be cooler.
Grix has rolled 2 successes.
Berkin has rolled 2 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay. So our initiative order is PC slot times 4, and then the NPCs go after you all.
So we're cooler than the turrets, huh?
So you're cooler than the turrets. Yeah, so how initiative works in this game, Elliot, we do the cool check or vigilance check. Now, cool checks are used when the PCs know that there is combat coming. However, if they are unaware that there's a combat coming, a vigilance check will be used to determine the initiative order. Pretty simple. And then instead of like Dungeons and Dragons, Grix goes first, and then, a monster goes first, and then Berkin goes. It's whoever wants to go in whatever order. So for the first round, Grix might decide, hey, I want to take a pot shot at this turret. And then on the following round, Grix might go, I'm going to wait until the very last slot to see what everyone else wants to do before I go. So it's very interchangeable.
Got it.
Crystal
Got it.
clear?
Clear as mud. I mean, crystal, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
Okay. And because I did give you that free shot, it did not take up an initiative for you guys. So going up first is a PC.
All right. So which one did you fire upon? Was it the one that I was standing behind?
I shot at not the one that you were grappled with.
Okay. I'm going to go next then. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab onto the barrels and I'm going to pull them toward the door. Hopefully they're firing the entire time.
You're going to grab the barrels?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull or push them or like wrangle them so that they're pointing toward the door.
Wouldn't they be firing on their turn?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe an advantage could be used.
I see what you're getting at. Okay. You can make me an athletics check, and we'll make this an average difficulty, but I'm going to spend a destiny point to make it a little bit harder. So 1 red, 1 purple.
Are these like nemesis? Like, are we going to see these things again, like hiding in an alleyway trying to take us out later?
No?
Okay, so what I'm going to do...
That's insane, but no.
Pops out of a trash
They're
can.
going to be waiting for us on the ship.
Yeah.
Fucking inside a trash can. It's like, I'm back.
Okay, so I'm going to use my enhanced basic power, which I can use when I make athletics checks. What is my total difficulty then?
As I said, 1 red, 1 purple.
I'm wondering if I should use a point.
For your crazy athletics check to try to pull the barrel of the gun towards the door?
Well, sir, I have spent a point on this check.
So I can't? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I believe that's how we ruled it when we started this whole game.
All right, here we go. So with a Herculean strength, I plant my feet against the wall and put my shoulder into it and try to push the barrels so that they face the door. All right, so I rolled 2 successes, 2 threats, and 1 dark side point, which I am going to use as an additional success. So I'm going to grit my teeth, get angry, and channel that anger into my power and use it as a source of power.
Sure, you can take your point of conflict, which, for the listeners, we will be resolving all of the conflict taken and the choices made throughout the arc, if you will, at the end of the arc, for anyone that is curious. So, 3 success and 2 threats.
Yes.
Channeling into the dark side, you push the turrets as far out of the way as possible, bracing it against the wall. You can feel the pressure of it trying to turn to target any one of you. However, it seems to be lodged in place, at least for the time being.
Okay.
On its turn, it will make an attempt to break free from this, just so you're aware.
Right. So for the threats, can the way that I look, I think this thing is going to be like, it's going to be firing. It's going to be like trying to take pot shots. And I think that one of those is going to cause one of the others to like duck down or something, or somehow impede them, giving them a setback die.
Yes, that is perfectly fine with me. I will choose the target, however, and I choose that target to be Grix.
God damn it. I've got 0 defense.
That's great to know.
No, it's just a setback die on your next attack roll.
Copy that.
Because there are ricocheted blaster bolts shooting right at you. If you have nothing else to do, Berkin, we have another PC slot.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
I think Laird's going to swing his rotary blaster around, grab it ready in front of him. How far away am I from these turrets?
You can be up to medium distance away.
Okay, I'll use one of my movements to advance towards him, get it within short range. I use a strain to get a second movement to prepare my weapon.
What I was going to say is, before this combat encounter, we never really defined where you were. We defined where Berkin was, but not where anyone else was. So if you were expecting a fight, you could have been within the range that you needed to be at. So you don't have to take a maneuver. So if you wanted to be at medium, you could be at medium, or you could be at short if you wanted, wherever you think Laird would be.
Okay, yeah, Laird tries to be within short range to use this blaster.
Yeah.
The rotary blaster. So if I'm within short range, then I'll use one movement to prepare the weapon, and then I'll fire the weapon.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Brad, you got to whistle. Your mic is whistling or something.
Oh, 1 second.
His kettle's going off.
Yep. Just constantly in the background.
How about now? Is that good?
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You figure out what that was? Seems.
Yeah, I just changed a couple ports on the back of my computer. I think one of them's not as good as the other.
If that's all you did, I mean, that's, yeah.
Yep.
That's about right. Cool. So you were in the middle of making an attack, Brad.
Right, yes. So running up and spinning up my weapon and doing my best not to hit Berkin.
Sounds good. So short range, that is 1 purple.
1 purple. And then I also have auto fire, which adds another purple die.
Yes, sir.
I got 3 success.
Okay.
I probably should have mentioned my primary target was the turret that Berkin currently isn't holding.
That's great to know, because if you shot at the one that Berkin's holding, well, that would be extra difficulty.
Yeah, that was the secondary target. But so 3 successes. I fire off a single shot from my from my rotary blaster, and it deals 15 damage.
Nice. And then how auto fire works is if you have advantage, you can activate it again, right?
Yeah, for every 2 advantage, I can either fire again at the same target or fire at a different target within range.
Cool. Yeah. You blast this turret, your bolt makes contact with it, and the turret explodes in a ball of fire, eliminating that NPC. Good work, Laird. And if you have nothing else to do, we have another PC slot.
Oh yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Both of them?
No, that's just the one turret. The other turret is being braced against the wall by Berkin.
Pointed at the door, right?
Pointed at the wall.
Yeah, across from, like, it's basically pointing toward the other turret, right? I'm bracing my feet against the closest wall and heaving against it.
I'm not sure what you're doing, so I'm just gonna try to put it out of commission. So I'm gonna shoot the turret.
Okay.
Unless you were hoping for me to like train it onto the door somehow. Okay. Guess not. Yeah.
Are you asking my character what I'm doing?
No. Fine.
Just gonna. Okay. All right.
In the heat of the moment, if your character has not communicated what the hell your plan here is, I'm just gonna be like, that's weird. I don't know why he's doing this. I'm just gonna shoot the thing from over here instead of trying to wrestle it. So KO will just level his weak way blaster lance at it and fire off a shot.
So you're making a ranged attack at a target that is engaged with one of your friends.
I am.
So you will upgrade the difficulty of the check by 1. Do you want to be at short range or medium range?
My range is extreme. Do I get any benefit from being at close range?
Yeah, the difficulty changes depending how far you are. So if you're within short range of your target, the difficulty is only 1. Medium, it goes up to 2. Long, it goes up to 3, and extreme is.
I'll just say I'm at 2. I don't think I would. Medium range. I don't think I would have felt any reason to get in close range of these things.
That makes sense. So you're at medium range. So we're gonna upgrade the difficulty. So you're gonna be taking 1 red die and 1 purple die to your attack.
Okay, sounds good. My weapon gives me 1 boost die because it's cool. And I have Quick Strike, which gives me another boost die against targets that have not yet activated this turn.
Like because it's cool, or
yeah,
it has what is that? Is it an accurate weapon? Is that what that is?
Yes, it is an accurate weapon.
Oh, okay.
It's also cool.
I mean, sounds pretty cool.
There we go. All right, see it. KO rolls 4 successes and 1 threat on that.
Beauty. So the strain of shooting at this target near one of your closest friends will cause you to take 1 strain, and otherwise you can deal damage as normal.
8 damage.
8 base damage plus 1 for every success, or
is it 1 per success?
Yes.
Oh, then better than 8. The 8 base plus 4 success, so 12.
Okay. 3 soak, so that's going to deal 9 points of damage.
And I will maintain medium range here while I'm still just quizzically looking at Berkin, like riding this thing like a bronco.
He's just restraining the barrels so that it can't take aim at any of you guys. That's all he's doing. As the turret is resisting you, Berkin, a blaster bolt fires into it and it begins to spark wildly. And there's a small bit of flame that you can see, but it's not endangering you at all.
Does it impede its resistance?
Maybe a little bit, but it mechanically it doesn't. But you might feel a little less resistance. And if you have nothing else to do, we have the last PC slot, which will be Grix.
I should just try to. Can I get up point blank to it and then shoot it with my ion weapon once more?
Okay. So you want to get point blank. So you want to engage it?
Yeah, I'm going to engage it. I will move to its location and point my blaster down nearly point blank somewhere where hopefully I will not shoot Berkin. I don't want to give it.
Another reason why I'm glad I'm not getting in close proximity. You guys are just firing these ion shots everywhere.
I'm doing it at point blank to be as accurate as possible.
Okay, that's great. You'd think that would be accurate, but that's going to make it actually harder for you. So how this system works is the difficulty for a ranged weapon while engaged. It's the same as short. However, there's modifiers to add on to it. So if you have a ranged light weapon, it increases the difficulty by 1. If it's something like Lur's weapon and it has it's ranged heavy, then it increases the difficulty by 2.
Yeah, but that's against like mobile targets with like limbs to like.
That's just anytime you're engaged with anything.
But isn't this turret engaged with Berkin right now?
Yes.
Can I use that to my advantage in this instance? Berkin is holding the turret in a way such that it's not really hard to go walk over to it and shoot it.
Yes.
You do have a setback die, though.
So yes, you will have a setback die to it for it firing at you previously, and you're just trying to recover from some of the intensity of that moment. But you can have. We'll give you a boost die for the fact that Berkin is doing so well restraining it, and this turret has already taken a bit of fire, so it's some of its internals are damaged. So while your difficulty will still increase and you will still have the setback die, you will also have a boost die. Okay,
sounds fair.
So you have a ranged light weapon, I believe. So that'll be a base difficulty of 2. It is still a ranged attack. So we will still be upgrading one of those difficulties to a red. I will also spend another dark side point to upgrade that difficulty again. So in the end, your difficulty is going to be 2 red and 1 purple die, 1 setback die, and you have a blue die to your attack.
Thanks. All right. Well, 0 successes and 1 threat is rolled.
So you'll just take the 1 strain for the threat, still recovering from previously, and the ricocheted fire from the turret, but you don't succeed on hitting.
Okay, I'm like, Berkin, quit horsing around. I'm trying to shoot this thing.
Look, can you not see it? I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to make sure that none of you get fired upon.
I'm imagining you riding the turret bull right now, like it's trying to wiggle.
No, I got my feet, both feet planted against the wall, and I'm kind of like planking, pushing the barrels away from pointing down the corridor.
You say that, but I'm still just picturing you riding this turret as it's bucking up and down, trying to knock you off.
Yeah, I'm with Patrick on that one.
Awesome. Okay. Well, if you have,
that's all I would like to do.
Perfect. So next up we have NPC slot. The only thing left here, take its turn, is the turret. So the turret is going to try and push against you, Berkin, to try and free itself. And if it succeeds on this check, it will take an attack against you as it's repeatedly firing. However, if it does not succeed, then it will just continue firing wildly at the wall. Okay, so we'll just give this a athletics versus your resilience. So what is your resilience, Berkin?
He wants to know what my resilience is.
Yes, your skill.
Yeah, 3 green.
3 green. Okay, so that's going to be 3 purple. He will have a setback die because he's had a bit of internal damage. How about that? So the turret fails to free itself from your grasp. It looks like that bit of damage that was dealt to it has fried up too much circuitry, so its hydraulics can't really push any harder against you than it already is, negating its threat. So that is the end of the round. And at the beginning of the round, we're going to have a new threat enter the scene. So I will roll his vigilance. 2 success, 2 advantage. So it's the same as Berkin. So our initiative order is now PC slot, NPC slot, PC, 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 NPC. As the sliding door shunks open, and before you stands a familiar gank. However, this time he is brandishing a dagger. He's holding it. He's standing in a somewhat casual position, and he steps out of the door and greets you all and says, hey guys, so it seems you have come for me. I don't think I need to say why. I think we're all pretty aware. Are you sure you want to do this?
I shoot him.
Yay.
Okay, so you're going to take the first initiative slot, Grix?
Yeah, I'm going to take that initiative and I'm going to level my ion blaster and shoot him as accurately as I can.
Love it. So you're within short range.
All right, short range, ranged light attack. The difficulty on this is 1 purple. Can I use a destiny point? Do we have any of these?
You
We've got
can.
4 light side.
You can use a destiny point for this, yes.
Okay. How cybernetic is Cygnus? Is it visible? Does he have like head?
You know he's very cybernetic.
Okay, well, I'm shooting him in the head if I can.
The recon you guys have done previously, you would know that he is very equipped with cybernetics. So yeah, you can shoot him. However, the difficulty is going to be the 1 red and 2 purples. Even though you're at short range, he is an adversary 3. So what adversary does is it upgrades one of the dice, one of each difficulty die as per the rating. So because you're at short range, the difficulty is only 1. It would then add 2 additional purple dice.
Okay, you said it upgrades 1 dice per rating?
Yeah, so if it's adversary 1, it would upgrade 1 of the die, but he's adversary 3. So it upgrades the 1 difficulty die that is there, and then it adds 2 purple.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I'm just rolling my base skill. No boosts or anything?
Let's see. Can you think of a reason why you might have a boost?
No, not really. Just asking.
Then no, it's just your base.
Elliot, just bluff next time.
Well, you would have to explain why you should have that boost die.
I was feeling especially confident.
Okay,
I
that's
knew
great.
he was going to come in through that door. Knew he was waiting for us.
That's cool.
I did fully expect Cygnus to show his face at some point.
I don't think I want to reward you with a boost die for being so narratively creative, though.
All right. I'll do better next time. Grix rolled in the meantime 0 successes and 2 threats.
0 success and 2 threats. Okay, so you miss. Your shot hits the door frame, and it hits the wall kind of close to Berkin, and will give Berkin a setback die on his next attack.
Touche.
That's
Do you
all,
have
I guess.
anything?
Unless, can I still have like a movement maneuver?
You still have a maneuver left, yes.
All right. Grix then, he kind of like, he looks around real fast, and then he sort of scrambles to the nearest, to one of those dead turrets and ducks behind it.
Perfect, yes. Because those 2 turrets are the only pieces of cover here that you could use. So,
Soft and squishy, gets out of the way.
I love it.
That's all.
You duck behind one of you duck behind the destroyed turret then. Sounds good. Next up is NPC slot. So Cygnus is going to take his turn. He's going to say, well, I guess not, huh? And he will get into sort of an offensive stance and rush towards Berkin.
So what's the status of the turret that I'm still holding onto?
The turret is heavily damaged. It's trying to push against you to free itself.
So it's still functional.
It's still functional.
Fantastic. Okay, carry on.
So Berkin, Cygnus is going to try to slash you with this vibro dagger.
Okay.
He is going to have a boost die because you are currently trying to hold back this turret. He can take a setback die for the incoming blaster fire from the turret that he is trying to dodge. So Cygnus rolls 4 success and 4 advantages. He is going to deal 10 points of damage as he's carving you deep with this vibro blade.
Sorry, can you also tack on a defense die? Sorry.
This last time. Any defense die must be rolled beforehand. Okay, cool. So that did nothing, I guess.
Fantastic. All right, so I soak 4 of the damage. I take... Now, are these wounds or strain?
So these are wounds.
Good Lord.
He is very clearly trying to kill you now.
Okay.
So 10 points of damage. He's going to spend 2 advantage to trigger critical. So we're going to roll 29 on the critical table. So this is going to be a discouraging wound then. So this one is a severity 1. Pretty easy to heal. And we get to flip a light side point to a dark side.
That's all it does?
Yeah, that's all it does.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so can I take the next PC slot, guys?
Yep.
Okay. So
hang on. For the last 2 advantage, he's going to give you a setback die, Berkin.
Sure, that makes sense. seeing as I have a 6 damage wound inflicted upon me. Yeah, of course. I take that's effect die. So yeah, no, I see him coming. I do everything in my power to try to, wrangle the turret, only to have him come up to me and hit me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to...
Sorry, say that again?
Okay, taking the wound, I reassess the situation and realize that he's the greater threat than the turret. I stop.
Think?
Yeah, sometimes I do. It's not very often. I'm gonna stop pushing against the turret and kind of get back into one of the Nagai fighting stances. Go back to my training and take out my Tekla blade and engage him. You have caused us no end of trouble. You could have come with us peacefully, but you didn't. You got us blamed for not 1, but 2 hot deaths. I think it's time that we take this out of your hide. And I throw myself forward with the Tekla blade and engage him in knife combat. So I got a setback die. I'm going to flip a destiny point. All right, so this is going to be 2 purple die for melee, correct?
2 purple, but he's adversary 3, so it's going to be 2 red and 1 purple.
I mean, what could go wrong?
This doesn't seem like a fight that we are going to...
Well, there's 4 of you. There's one and an eighth of them.
So you can,
okay. So
yeah.
he's paving the way for the rest of us to succeed. I love it. Cygnus will be so distracted by slaughtering Berkin here that we'll be able to deal with it.
I mean, he could run up to you and start bashing your robot brain in.
It's going to be so tired from just all the Berkin slaughtering.
I doubt it.
No, he's not at all.
Yeah, I take out my Tekla blade. It gleams in the artificial light of the hallway. I flip my mask down and it clicks into place and the visor lights up. And then I rush forward and attack him with my blade. Here we go. Ooh.
Rough, man.
Okay, so that is a failure with an advantage. Technically 3 failures, but they only count as 1. So
yeah, it's a failure.
But I have an advantage. So he's got his blade out and he is actively there's sparks flying everywhere. It's this crazy ninja fight scene between this huge gank bounty hunter versus this tiny Nagai with a slim blade. And I distract him for 1 advantage. Whatever that 1 tiny advantage is worth, that's how much I distract him by.
Okay, so the next PC gets a boost die to their attack for the very slight advantage.
Okay, I want to use my maneuver to disengage.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I move away from him. I'm going to try to keep the turret between us if that's possible.
All right, Laird wants a shot at this traitor gank. I'd like to flip a token if I could.
We got the one left, so
nice.
Absolutely.
Laird is,
no, I don't get one.
Laird is flashing back to the security footage that we watched when Cygnus took his gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a score to settle.
That was after he helped us escape, more or less.
Yeah, Laird's all confused about it now and needs to shoot him. So
nice.
And I get the 1 boost die?
Yeah, you got the 1 boost die.
Okay, and I'm short range from him?
You are short range, yes.
Perfect. Then Laird is going to completely forget about the other turret that's still up and just try to do as much damage to Cygnus as he can right now as he levels his rotary cannon and spins it up to fire.
Okay. The difficulty, he's adversary 3. So 2 red dice, 1 purple.
So that's 1 despair, 2 failure, 5 advantage.
Yep, that sounds about right. So a failure with 5 advantage and a despair. So what would you like to spend your advantage on? You got 5.
Yeah. Boost dies for everyone.
Yeah.
I've got a bad
Yeah, I
feeling
think,
about this.
I don't know. I guess like this is going to be something pretty spectacular fail. So I think
It is going to be a spectacular fail.
so I think, yeah, Cygnus is going to be focused on me. So maybe boost dice.
Is Berkin engaged with him still?
No, he
No, we
disengaged.
called it off.
Right, good job.
Yes. Super good jump.
Yeah. I thought I was dead.
So I don't know if I can do like boost dice for the next 2 PC slots or how you want to do that.
How about you manage to you don't do any damage to him, but you take out one of his weapons, one of his big weapons.
Yeah, can I do that? And I disable a weapon or equipment on him?
Yes. So for 3 advantage, you could force him to drop his weapon, his vibro dagger, if you want, and then still have enough to give a boost die to someone, or you could give out 3 boost die to 3 different people, or you could.
I think I'll make him drop his weapon and then give out a boost die to the next PC slot.
Because he didn't deal any damage to him, nothing actually hit him. So I don't know. I don't think you can really damage anything on him, but I think you could make him drop the weapon he's currently wielding.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, so he goes for his bigger weapon.
Yep.
So the sustained fire from you, Lurd, is forcing him to panic to look for cover. He ends up dropping the knife as he's reacting to this rapid blaster fire. In the process, you can choose whoever you want to give a boost die to. It's up to you.
There you go, Berkin. It daggers down. You should be able to get in close.
I was already in there close, and it didn't go so well. But thank you.
However,
Oh yeah, there's a despair. He tears the turret out and uses that on everybody.
Yeah, uses it as a rotary cannon.
however, Lurd, in your volley of blaster fire, you are not focusing on maintaining the heat levels in your blaster, in your rotary cannon, and you manage to overheat it. So while it's overheated, you may not use it for the remainder of the encounter.
What?
It's a good thing you didn't roll double despair, man.
High risk of overheating.
Yep. And if you have nothing else to do, Lurd, I think you still have a maneuver.
No, I'm just going to be stunned at that level of display.
Okay. Then next up, we have the last PC slot.
KO's gonna move up and take a defensive posture behind the downed turret, conveniently next to Grix,
Sure.
and we'll try to snipe Cygnus.
Okay. So that will still be at short range. So it'll be 1 difficulty, but he's adversary 3. So it'll be 1 red die and 2 purple dice.
Do we actually have a light side point still, or did that get flipped last turn?
We do not. So I'll go ahead and flip
I'm gonna
one to
roll
give you guy.
I'm gonna roll now. I think I'm gonna roll.
So,
I should have. Yeah. All right. So we're going to one of the purple stone down the red.
yeah. So I'll spend one of my 6 dark side points to give one back to you guys. Turn another purple to a red. So now you're looking at 2 red and 1 purple.
Still have that shoulder cannon too, don't I?
Yes, you do. It is improperly installed, so it needs a bit of maintenance before you can fire accurately. So you take 2 setback die to every attack.
All right, just checking. Okay, all right. Well, here we go. Firing at Cygnus.
Is that with your stun setting on, or?
Yeah, I've got a little. There's a sticker on my blaster that says stun, but really it's just like more kill setting.
Just a sticker.
So far, it seems like you guys are trying to kill him.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you can interpret that with my 5 successes on this roll.
Yeah, let's do some damage first, right?
5 successes for 13 damage.
Okay, 13 points of damage.
Peace was never an option.
I forgot to tell you about my defense die every time you guys have attacked him, so I'll try to remember that from now on. So 13 minus 8 soak.
How much soak?
Fuck off.
8.
8 soak.
But that is still A good solid 5 points of damage. So you managed to get a really good shot in, KO. He takes a significant portion of damage. He staggers on his feet a little bit and gives you a quick shot with his eyeballs.
Oh, no.
If you have nothing else to do, you still have maneuver?
I'm hunkered down now.
Right. Okay, so next up is PC slot, which is the turret. And the turret is going to fire at...
Oh, yeah, the turret.
I guess the turret is going to turn and fire at whatever target it sees first, which we will say it's not Grix. It's not Grix. It's not KO. Probably not Berkin. So it's going to be a Lurd. So Lurd
has one range defense.
Oh, one moment.
Is this a sentient turret, or is he would he fire on Cygnus as well?
He's not going to fire on Cygnus. No, he's got programming.
Basic friend or foe right there.
And I'm going to spend another dark side point to upgrade this roll, to upgrade this check, and to give you guys a point back. He is at short range with Lurd. He has a setback die because his internals are heavily damaged.
And I've got that one defense.
Okay, so the turret has great success, apparently. So he rolls 5 success and 1 threat, Lurd. So the threat will just be the next NPC has a setback die. So as the turret's turning towards you, blaster fire is continuing, and Slim gets a little close to Cygnus. So yeah, he takes the setback die, and you will end up taking 7 plus 5, 12 points of damage, Lurd.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Sorry, how much damage?
12.
Damage.
Yeah, and then I've got 4 soak, so I take 8 damage total.
Damn.
8 woundies, man. It's no laughing matter.
Too late to ask if Cygnus is hiring.
So that's the end of the round. Back to the top with a PC slot.
Okay.
Yeah, do we want to let Berkin go to mitigate
Unless
something?
I've got any stun grenades, but no, probably a good idea.
It might be time to start thinking outside the box, guys.
If Berkin gets out, I'll hurl a stun grenade in there.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take this PC slot here. And, this combat, it's got to be going pretty quick, right? Like, how long is a turn? Like just a handful of seconds?
That's in D&D. That's not how it works in this system. So a turn can be very quick in Star Wars. It could take a while in Star Wars. It all depends, really. So because it's more cinematic, but so far I think it's been fairly quickly paced.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I've taken a second to kind of reassess the situation. The others have taken some shots at Cygnus, and what I want to do is I want to use what short distance that I have and rush him and physically push him back through the door from where he came.
You're getting back into melee range with him?
I'm going to get back into... I'm not going to get engaged with him or anything like that. I'm simply just going to do a body block and kind of just bull rush him and push him through the door.
What a shotgun drop kick. Just push him away.
Well, I figure he's bigger than me, so I don't think I could have enough momentum to plant a kick like that. I can't Sparta kick him. But I think I can throw my entire body weight into him through with a shoulder check and just physically push him back through the door.
Why can't you Sparta kick him? I want to see that now. This is Berkin.
Okay. So you're gonna try and shove him out of here.
I'm gonna flip a point.
Okay.
And I am. Oh, so what's going on? I think I have a boost die from Lurd.
Well, I had a boost die. Well, I guess it's whoever uses it next turn.
No, I gave
any other boost dice going on here? Is there enough going on to say that he is significantly distracted by people with larger weapons than a Tekla blade?
We'll see what happens.
I'm asking you because I'm trying to get another boost die. I'm trying to.
So Lurd had a boost die to hand out, and I didn't use it. So do we get to hold it to the next PC slot?
No, I gave that one to Berkin specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I only have the one then.
You got the one. I don't think you'll get a boost die for him having his attention looking somewhere else.
Okay, so here's another question for you. This is only a melee, right? So it's gonna be average difficulty. He is an adversary 2, right?
3.
Or is he 3? Adversary 3?
Yeah. This is the end boss of the arc, man.
Okay, so I spend half a moment. I look around, kind of, there's like dead silence. All you can hear is like the sound of my breathing. I'm exhausted. I look at Cygnus, grit my teeth, and rush him as fast as I can and throw my shoulder into his gut in an attempt to push him back through the door.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No. So what'd you get?
So I failed with 3 advantages. So he didn't go through the door. But I think that maybe I pushed him up against the wall instead. So I got him pinned against the wall. I'm going to use my advantages for that.
To have him pinned? I don't think you can have him pinned. I think you can definitely knock him back or knock him down.
Sure, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I rush him in an attempt to get him through the door, but I didn't take into account how top heavy he was, and he simply falls to the ground instead.
Yeah, it's like running into a wall when you hit Cygnus. You do it, but it hurts. It doesn't damage you mechanically, but it hurts. You can feel the weight behind him. He's very heavy, and he falls to the ground. Do you have anything else to do, Berkin?
Yeah, so I call out, all right, now, whatever it is that you've got, do it now. Throw grenades. I don't care. Just do something.
Sounds good. So Cygnus falls down onto his knees, and next up is an NPC slot. I don't know if I said that. And so on his turn, he is going to spend a maneuver to essentially get up. But while he's getting up, he is going to activate one of his cybernetics. And on his way up, while his knee's bent, his knee sort of detaches and a mortar round fires from it towards KOB3 and Grix. So KO, feeling the wrath of Cygnus.
Wait, to be clear, he's got mortar knee mortars.
Yes.
He's got knee mortars, to be clear.
Now we're dead.
I
So
want to see him unfold like a transformer and like weapons cut every limb and digit that he has. He's just a gun.
Like that scene in the Mask when he transforms his arms into just a bunch of weapons.
And then those weapons transform into more weapons. And
yeah, except instead of having little flags come out that say bang, they actually bang. But in all seriousness...
Let me check my sheet for any defense die.
Good plan.
There are no defense die.
Okay. I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade one of his dice because I'm trying to feed you guys dice.
That's what you're going with?
Yep. Short range. So it's going to be difficulty 1. He'll have a setback die due to it being an explosive round, and he's usually firing these off a little bit further distance away. So that looks ugly. Wow. Okay. So that's still a success. No advantage, no tries or anything like that. But he does succeed. So that's going to deal 8 points of damage to you, KO. Now, this does have Blast 6. So Blast, each character engaged with the original target, KO, that's Grix, suffers wounds equal to the blast rating, plus an additional wound per success. So Grix, you will take 7 points of damage as well.
How much to KO?
8 damage to you, KO.
I soak 4.
Okay.
I soak 2. Take 5 damage, or is that 5 wounds?
Yes, it is 5
This
wounds.
is damage, right? We're taking strain?
You're taking wounds.
Funny thing about mortar rounds.
Yep, that explosive damage.
Alert is eyeing those mortar rounds.
I'm going to get that knee.
Or the mortars, rather, out of the knees.
And next up is a PC slot. So we've just seen a large explosion. It's just made solid contact with KO. The fire has singed Grix. Things seem to be getting a little more serious.
Hey, Lurd, you got any more big guns there?
Nope.
Do you have any more weapons at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, get in there, man.
All right. Lurd sees an opportunity. Realizing his gun's overheated, he's just going to drop it on the ground where he is and run directly at Cygnus. And cocking his fist back with the repulsor fist, he's going to try and punch Cygnus in the face.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 2 difficulty. He's adversary 3, so 2 reds, 1 purple.
All right, so that's the total difficulty dice is just 2 reds, 1 purple?
Yes, he also has 1 defense, so also a setback.
He's
Perfect.
on the ground still, though, right?
No, he
would have got up.
Damn it.
All right. So that's 2 successes, 1 threat.
Okay.
And my repulsor fist also has a concussive 1 quality.
Oh.
So he's concussed for a turn, which means he can't take actions. Or concussion staggers him for a turn, which means he can't take action.
Just keep hitting him with that then. Jesus.
It's got slow firing too.
Does that mean?
It takes 2 turns to recharge, I think.
Oh, shit.
Well. That is pretty good, Lurd. Okay. So, yeah, he is concussed. So, this blow, you landed right solidly to his head. You can feel the impact, and he looks visibly stunned.
And I deal 10 damage total.
Okay. Now, because this is a brawling attack, would you like that to be wounds or strain?
I guess we are trying to capture him, right?
I mean,
yeah, we're trying to capture him. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go strain for that.
Okay.
Yes. Capture.
So someone's trying to capture him at least. Leave it up to the bounty hunter. I like it. Okay, cool. So you got anything else to do, Lurd?
No, that'll be my turn. But knowing he's concussed, I'm gonna stay engaged with him right up in his grill.
Okay, sounds good. Then next up we have a PC slot.
KO will retaliate by firing again from what he thought was cover, but is apparently not. Actually, what's the status of the other turret? Still active?
No, the turret has...
Something happened to it.
The turret is still active. I accidentally deleted it. The turret is still actively firing, yes.
KO's gonna... You see, I remember the turret firing last round, so, I mean... We're going to change targets here and eliminate one of our adversaries.
Good.
I'm going to flip a point because I can.
You can also add a boost die because I forgot to give you a bonus for being in cover the last round.
I will not flip the force point or destiny point.
Okay.
So ranged, I think I'm medium still from it.
This is medium range to the other turret. So the difficulty is 2.
All right, with a 2 difficulty, that is 4 successes and 1 advantage on the turret.
Cool.
For 12 damage.
Yeah, that absolutely decommissions the other turret as well.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Nice.
Good.
Given that that turret is now deactivated or destroyed, would it provide cover in any way?
Yes, it should provide cover.
And KO will do like a shoulder roll over to that other turret so that he's no longer in blast damage with Grix.
Okay, so you could get to the other turret if you spend 2 strain to take a second maneuver.
I will spend 2 strain to do that.
Sounds good.
So yeah, KO takes out the turret and then like combat rolls over to it to take up a defensive position.
Perfect. The next up is another PC slot. The last one, in fact.
Grix will stand up and turn from behind cover, drawing Claude von Flack's heavy blaster from his hip holster, taking aim at Cygnus. I let loose a bolt with the stun setting engaged.
Excellent. We are now trying to stun him. Love it.
I'm going to do ranged light.
So you are short range. So that's 1 difficulty, adversary 3. So it becomes 1 red, 2 purple. And we'll upgrade one of the purple to another red. So 2 red, 1 purple.
Okay. Okay, I have to ask the question. Can we flip destiny die to add boost or anything to these rolls? Is that a mechanic or do I need a reason?
Well, I spent the destiny point, so...
Oh, never mind then.
You can't spend a destiny point to that. Wow.
Okay, well, I have a custom grip on this pistol.
What?
Which I just feel like I need to bring up in case, because it removes 1 setback from all attack checks when using this weapon.
Oh, that's what it does?
Yep.
Bring it up. It's cool.
Grix rolled 1 success, 1 threat, 1 triumph, and 1 despair.
What a roll.
What even happens now?
What a roll.
Success.
Okay. So you succeed, so you're going to deal damage to him. You can take 1 strain for the threat. So let's resolve the damage. How much damage do you do to him?
Hold on. 7, I think. Checking. 7 damage.
So the base damage plus 1 for each success.
Right. 8 damage.
In which he soaks it all.
He's got 8 soak.
Which he soaks all of it, unfortunately.
Qualities, stun setting. Yeah, nothing else in that weapon's description. Friggin' heck.
Okay, now we have the triumph and the despair to resolve. Do you have any ideas for either of those?
Can I succeed in shooting him in a, like he takes it in the shoulder, which then spins him off balance? He doesn't get damaged by it, but it just twists him off because it's a heavy blaster round, and maybe he goes to his knees for the triumph.
Can you crit with the triumph?
You can crit with a triumph. You could spend the triumph on a crit if you want.
Oh, fuck yeah!
I
feel like
activate a crit.
It has the option to activate a crit. You can spend it on a crit. Yes.
Okay, hold on. Before I do that, how does the critical? Critical is 3. Are those successes symbols?
So those are the amount of advantage you need to spend in order to activate it. Now, even if that's it crits on 5, you can spend a triumph to crit with it. Gotcha. Regardless. A triumph you can spend on whatever you want. If you wanted to, we could still spin him around and he could be off balance. Maybe give him something like increase the difficulty of his attacks for the next round. But I feel like that's undervaluing the triumph. You could use the triumph to activate a crit, which could be very, very good. It also could be lackluster depending on how on the number that you roll on the D100. Or you could spend the triumph on something completely narrative about the scene or to the environment or something like that. It's all up to you.
Dude, you can crit damage and blow an arm off.
It's very possible.
Yeah, I think I would do that, but I would try to shoot his mortar knee, try to blow that thing apart.
Absolutely. Let's
repost.
Let's roll the D100 then and see what you come up with.
Screw that knee, man.
82 winded.
Ooh.
2 purple.
I like that it even fucking tells us what it is. That's great.
Cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate abilities or gain additional maneuvers until end of encounter.
That is actually really good. Okay, so Cygnus is winded.
And concussed. Good round.
Yes. So
the
next crit onto him adds plus 10 to the critical roll. So for every critical injury someone has on them, it adds an additional 10 onto the crit. So if you roll a 70, it becomes an 80, and so on and so on. If you have 2 critical wounds, a 70 becomes a 90.
Okay. Narratively, I was trying to shoot him with the stun setting, so hopefully he's winded in such a way because I've zapped him and his little electronic gizmos are getting fried, but he's not actually like dying.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You try to stun him. You don't make contact with a point that would normally deal him any damage, but you hit a critical component on one of his cybernetics, and it gives him a little zap, which is causing minor malfunctions throughout his systems, preventing him from taking those extra maneuvers and so on and so forth. Beautiful. Now let's talk about your despair.
No.